All right, now thank you so much for staying with us here on the Bottom Line KE. We're talking about the role of women in the 2022 politics, and we want to get deeper into this discussion. I have in studio Honorable Charity Kathambi, who is a member of Parliament for the Njoro constituency. I have Dr. Let me just check that again before I make a mistake on your names. No. So we are just getting into this discussion, talking about the role of women in the 2022 politics and how exactly do we go about in ensuring equal representation on matters women in this particular country. All right. Now we want to dig deeper, look at the Constitution. What does it say on matters representation of women? Are we ready to have that particular discussion here tonight? Are we ready to have that discussion in the country? Also, just for this discussion, or rather, just let me reintroduce my guest. I have Hon.Munialo Reenah, who is a candidate for the Kiambu constituency, Dr. Juliet Kimemia, who is a gubernatorial candidate for the Kiambu county, and Honorable Charity Kathambi, who is a member of Parliament for the Njoro constituency. That discussion, we are still continuing with that. And ladies, let me just throw it to you this particular moment. We're talking about your role in the 2022 politics and just what you are bringing on the table at this particular moment. With this, as we speak, what are we likely to see different as we head to the August 9th with the movement that we are seeing at this particular moment from you? Let me start with you.
Thank you very much. 2022, I'm expecting more women to be elected in different positions in this country. Okay. Number one reason, majority of the members of parliament, women who were elected in different positions. Okay. They have really done great work. They have really delivered services. There is great change in their respective constituencies, counties, and also representation in the Senate. Right. Therefore, I'm expecting Kenyans are going to do a lot of changes. I'm expecting even more MCAs women to get elected. Okay. I'm expecting Kenyans to get a lot of inspiration to elect women leaders.
Okay, Dr. You're going for the gubernatorial seat, and looking at the ground right now, a lot of women are coming up and rising to the ranks. Are we looking, as we head to the August 9th, are you seeing a ground shake and just a change of narrative?
Indeed, yes, because if you look at the counties across, there is no county that doesn't have a woman candidate. Kiambu, we have 3. We are 3 women who want to become the next governors of Kiambu. You go to Kirinyaga, you go to Embu, you go to every county, so has very serious women. Okay. So, like I said earlier, it's about numbers. All right. And the same trend is there for Senate. I think every county has about 3 or 4 for women senators. Every constituency has about 3 or 4 women who are vying. It is actually almost 50-50. Okay. The people who have offered themselves to run. All right. So the probability role will really come to play. And because the society is tired of men, impunity, and the greed we have seen, and the corruption that we have seen, the society is ready for women to take over the leadership. Yes, yes. All
right, now, let me come to you. The same question I've asked them. I want to you from where you sit and just from your angle. Are we looking at a possibility of having a change of narrative moving to August 9th? When we'll be counting the votes and just looking at who is elected, are we looking at a possibility of saying, hey, now this time round we have so many women in this cabinet and rather in the Senate, in the National Assembly, in the County Assembly, and also as governors?
From my point of view, and this is something that I would like to congratulate Kenyans, and I would like also to extend a hand and also congratulate our men, our Kenyan men, because 5 years ago, you find Kenyan men, they were telling women you just vie for women representative posts. Hizi posts zingine wachaneni nazo, unaona? So you find the way the men they were talking 5 years ago or 10 years ago, they just wanted and they were telling women go for women representative post. But you see right now there's a bit of change, although we are not yet there, but there is progress. Kenyan men, they are supporting women, those who are vying not only for women representative posts, but also for MP, for governor, like Daktari, for Senate, for MCAs, and it's also a good example. Mheshimiwa Charity, she's here. If she vied and she got in 5 years ago, and the people, the electorates from her place,
from Njoro,
yes, voted her in, and right now she's still able to stand and vie again. It tells you there's a reception. Yes,
we are taking to a different dimension.
There's a shift, definitely. You see, right now we are happy, and we can say, even as we can say tribe women, that our country we have a CJ. You see, the Madam CJ.
Now I'm coming to
and
that.
She's doing a good job. She's trying. So that is something. It is in history we have never had, but right now we can say women. Even if it's 100 years to come, we'll say that she was the first woman CJ.
But do we really, are we supposed to be at a point whereby we are talking about having a first woman and things like that? Because we have a constitution that says the 2/3 gender role should be applied across board. When it comes to the government itself, we have a government that, and this is a subject that you've been debating in Parliament for quite a while, and we seem not to be getting to a solution, despite the members of Parliament themselves. This conversation is actually driven by the men, but when it comes to voting for it, then the house is empty. People are not there. What happens there?
That's why Brian has started telling you, most of the times the issues of women are just they are just getting a lot of hindrance through men. That's why when you see like a National Assembly, when we were trying to push for the 2/3 gender rule, we found all our colleague males, they were not there. Also, we realized there was also lack of support by the government of the day. But I have a lot of hope for what is happening right now. I am seeing there's a lot of changes from the parties themselves. Let me give an example of the UDA party, where I'm now currently, I've won the nominations. I'm the UDA nominee for the position of the MP. What I'm seeing through some parties, it is the IEBC instructions of even the names being taken right now to the IEBC. At least they must try to meet the 2/3 gender rule. Therefore, I have a lot of hope. Another thing also, I'm seeing some changes. It is where the political parties have also made a serious inclusion of women in the top leadership. When you come to the UDA party, our CSG, it is a lady, Veronica. Previously, we used to see all these top serious positions for the parties. They were held by men. Therefore, I have a lot of hope that starting from the 2 gender action which the parties are taking, when we push it like that, it is also going to encourage more Kenyans to vote for more women, because actually most of the women, I think women have really done a lot of changes when it comes to their respective areas.
But this representation, how exactly do we get to experience it? Do we need to be reminded that, by the way, you need to be having the 2/3 gender rule in these political parties? Now that you've brought that on the table, it is because recently your party, the UDA party, the ODM party, the Jubilee party, the major parties in the country were listed as some of those that are defied to abide by the 2/3 gender rule, and that is why it had to be taken back for you now to look into that, or else we are not going to accept that. What's your take on that? Do we really need to be reminded?
I can say it's human nature. For human, you have to keep on reminding them and reminding them. That is why you can see myself, I vied in 2017 and I'm still vying again. Because I have to tell the people and I have to tell the electorate, I'm here. And I am here for serious business. And I'm not here to be taken as a joke.
This is something that is in the Constitution. This is something that it is law that we should have a balanced kind of representation, both for men and women. And if you're not going to have that, then what kind of discussion are we going to be having as a country? How do we then front women to the top positions, to this, to say now it is your time to be taking the space if you cannot be following the Constitution on exactly what they are supposed to be doing? It is their democratic right.
Let me confess that our political landscape is extremely masculine. All our political party leaders, apart from two, Charity Ngilu and Martha, all the other party leaders are men. So it's a rule of nature.
Okay.
It starts there. Therefore, you cannot find women in a forest that is dominated by men. So what I can say is that we have made progress, but extremely slow progress. Okay. And I'm very excited by the pressure that is that IEBC is putting on these men. Like I was just watching news before I came in here, and all the parties are in panic because today was the deadline. UDA has not met the 2/3. Jubilee has not, and even ODM has not met, unless it has changed this evening, because it was listed as one of the parties that have not met the 2/3 gender rule. Another trick now they are using is to field candidates, women candidates, in the areas where they can't win. You know, not in their strongholds. So they want to meet the rule, the qualification, by picking, like for example, Jubilee is a Mount Kenya, party. You see now Jubilee nominating in Kisumu. It is nominating in Kisumu at an MP candidate to meet an MP woman to meet the 2/3 gender rule, and they know very well she can't be elected. ODM in Kiambu. Even
so
ANC
there's
in
a little
Kiambu,
bit of lack of seriousness when it comes to pushing.
Yeah, honestly. And there is extreme discrimination. I am very apologetic to the political party leaders, but you are extremely discriminative to women. Okay. Because when you just do it for the sake of it, then honestly, there is dishonesty and there is impunity. Okay, how about Charity?
For me, I have to make some correction somewhere. Yeah. I'm a member of UDA, but by today, because as members of parliament in UDA, we had some questions, and it was confirmed that our UDA had met the request by the IBC. Therefore, I also wish to say this a bit, we correct one another with my sister with a lot of humility. We still have a lot of room to encourage our women in every corner of this country. Why sometimes I want to run away from the comment that we should discourage women from some other corners that they cannot be elected. That way also as women we fall. Therefore, let us encourage our women, whichever corner of this country, in our respective different parties, which someone is interested to. But as for today, the UDA party had met all the requirement by the ABC in relation with the gender matters.
No, that is in relation to the UDA party. Let's go to now the country itself.
Thank you.
We've had the government that has been running this country. We've had a government with a president that is a man, a deputy that is a man, a speaker that is a man. Where exactly do we place a woman on this whole hierarchy? Because we can't see any. Yet we are very loud when it comes to championing for the 2/3 gender rule. And they will tell you that we have you in the mind, we are considering you. But when it comes to these top positions, you guys are not being considered. You are nowhere to be seen. How do you then fight for that space? Yeah. How do we fight for that space? Let me start with it.
Okay. I can say, like, currently, Kenyans are bringing up the motion, and you can find Kenyans, they are placing requests. They're saying we are hoping that party leader from this, we can have a deputy as a woman. Yes, a running mate, a woman.
But the thing is, this the issue. For me, I think if Do we have to request for this? Can we make it law then? If at all, we need to have the 2/3 gender rule. If you are a woman that is vying for the governor position for Kiambu, then probably your deputy should be a man. Then if we have a man who is a governor, then have a deputy who is a woman. If you're going for the president, then you are a man as a president, then probably have a deputy as a woman. Is that not probably what should be happening for us to achieve that?
Brian, I like to have an open mind. For the UDA party, we sit and the way we are guided, we really appreciate. I think the issues of women, when we talk about elective and also appointive, that is where the interests of women are. Okay. And I think for our party UDA, our party leader, he has a whole freedom to choose the best person he thinks can deputize him. Okay. But when it comes to the formation of the government, we want at least all the appointive positions, let us now make sure that all the gender matters are catered for. Therefore, for me, I think it's every party differs with all its plans, but it is good for Kenyans. Sometimes not everything we can push, not everything that we are supposed to be pushing. I think we can also have a room because sometimes I might be a profession person, as a lady who can be a very good minister, probably for the transport ministry. Therefore, you cannot push me probably because for the formality of the women being the deputy president, to at least to push me to be a deputy. I think let us also give rooms to demand, not only to be blinded by one position. Let us demand our appointed positions and also elective positions, because sometimes there is a fishy game which I have seen with the previous big parties sometimes back, whereby women are just informed they will be given the positions of the CSs once the government takes place. But when the government take over, they forget women. Therefore, I want to trust, I believe myself in the party I am. It is going to make the biggest difference in this country. I have that faith. Yes.
In terms of achieving the 2/3 gender rule?
Yes, I have it.
Okay.
Yes, and another thing I also want to mention why I have a lot of faith. It is also the encouragement to ensure that we still have at least the same level of treatment when it comes to the different aspirant for the different positions. What I have seen currently with the UDA, there was no favorism of any candidate. We were all given the field. We go to the people, the voters, we sell our ideas, and when we go to the nominations, kila mtu awe amejipanga. Therefore, I have a lot of faith that that level we were given, which sometimes back, we were denied sometimes somewhere. I have seen there is a lot of change, and I have a lot of hope.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if we get to the election and we still do not achieve this, then how do we go about in making sure that we get to achieve this? Do we now force it upon the political parties and the government of the day at that particular moment to make sure that we have a 2/3 gender rule, or we still be listening to them telling us probably we will have it, we will have the debate in parliament and look how to do about it, and at the end of the day nothing happens, because when it comes to time of voting everybody now runs away?
My prayer is that Kenyans will elect women irrespective of the popularity of the party in the region, because at least the pressure from IBC, I can say, is a step in the right direction. So my prayer and urge is, kindly Kenyans, let us elect women. You go to the ballot, hata kama humjui, bora ni mama ako hapo.
But in most cases we don't get that. We can wish that Kenyans do elect women, but to a scenario that, and it's a practical one, because
actually what I would like to say about these elections is it's a very unique election this time round, because looking at 2013-2017, there were just two parties that were contesting neck to neck with each other. Right now, we have several parties. Of course, they are the formations. And as much as the major parties are trying to force at the suit, at it has to be
a 6-piece.
It is not working at all.
Okay.
So what is likely to happen is the assemblies will have all the parties. In fact, it's going to be, like now in Kiambu, we have 60 wards.
All right.
The parties that will have the most MCAs will have 10.
Okay.
Because we have like the 5 of the men we are competing with have their 6 pieces, and therefore everybody will be competing to make sure that at least they get some seats. Okay. So we have the lineup of Jubilee, we have the lineup of UDA, we have the lineup of Tujibebe for the first governor, we have the lineup of Kazi, Chama cha Kazi, and we have also the lineup of independent. Okay. And I also have my lineup, because I'm running on KANU. Okay. No. So I am an Azimio governor aspirant. Okay. So I am the governor, preferred governor for the small parties. ODM has many candidates, independents, you know, non-Jubilee in Azimio.
So you as the governor, would you, who is your deputy?
He's a man, he's called
Your deputy is a man. And
Cheng.
you went for a man deputy because of the 2/3 gender rule, or you decided that this would probably be a propel me to...
Of course, it is good to respect the 2/3 gender rule. And also, of course, it would have been very awkward to pick a woman running mate. Okay. I will appear like a joker because, you know, women, many times we are called jokers. Okay. I wouldn't have minded to pick a woman like Charity as my running mate, but it would not have been interpreted well. Okay. But we also need to achieve
this gender balance when it comes to just representation in different houses, from the governor position all the way to the president's position. All right, now let me come to you, because it's still that if we do not, we will say we want to elect women in this election, and Charity here says we are 23 in the National Assembly, and we were so many when we were competing, but when it comes to elections, we only 23 got to be elected. Now, how do we then balance that? Because you'll say a lot of women are in the space to compete for these positions, but in a likelihood, or rather in a scenario where they do not get to be elected for these positions, what do we do then to make sure that we have equal representation in terms of gender?
To make sure we have equal representation in terms of gender, and also with our fight as young women and women for our space, I have 2 points to women out there. Number one is, first of all, put yourself out there. You cannot say that you want leadership position and you wait that someone will just come and remove you from your house or from your shamba or from your classroom if you're a teacher, and just tells you this is it for you. No, you have, as women, first of all, we have to learn to put ourselves out there for people to see us, for people to hear us. And we tell people, this is who we are, this is what we are saying.
Okay, so it is being seen more.
Yes, it is us women. We have to take that initiative to take ourselves out there. If it is for governor leadership, take yourself out there. Then number two, I also want to tell women and young women, just by being a woman, we should not tell ourselves that's a direct qualification for a leadership position. We have to train ourselves and also learn as a woman, prepare and learn for this position. What does it entail? You know?
All right.
Yes, because when you fail to, it is said, when you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
All right.
So as women, we should learn to prepare for the leadership position, whether it is in professionalism, whether it is in politics, whether it is also in religious. Because even right now, we also have reverends, we have pastors, we have priests who are women.
All right.
Yes.
Now, I want to end this discussion, but before I do that, and just ask for your bottom line on this particular topic, let me ask a question here. Ken Babu sent a question, says, for the women on the bench, on the couch rather, with the gender affirmative action playing a key role in encouraging women to join politics. Is there need for a balance to be struck to still encourage affirmative action, but not to the extent of sacrificing competence for compliance reasons? Let me, I think this one I'm going to put it to with gender affirmative action, Honorable Charity, with gender affirmative action playing a key role in encouraging women to join politics, is there a need for a balance to be struck to still encourage affirmative action, but not to the extent of sacrificing competence for compliance reasons? Now, this is Wesley and not Ken Babu.
Thank you very much, Wesley. Actually, the affirmative action was a way of doing correction of a lot of impunity against women. But let me say this. Whoever Kenyan who is a voter, who is looking at us, I would like them to come to Njoro constituency so that in their respective areas, they can support women and they can realize the power of a woman. As I sit here, I am the first female member of parliament in Njoro constituency. I am the first female to lobby for the roads network worth over 3 billion within a short period from 2017 up to now. I want to tell you I'm also the first female member of parliament to have over 100 projects for the schools and also distributions of school buses and also connections of some electricities here and there. What I'm trying to say, women are not vying for the positions to destroy the competence anywhere. We are no longer fighting men. We are looking for the positions so that we can also contribute, so that we can see to the decision making, so that also we can come up with the ideas that we can bring changes. And let me tell you, do you know why women have really performed in this country? And I want to also sometimes as a media team, go in the respective 23 constituencies in this country. Go also to the 3 counties where women were elected. You shall see the big difference that there is a need for women to be given more chance so that they can try to show their competence and also the power inside a woman. And to summarize on that issues, actually, let me say this. Women naturally have that mercy. They have that fear of God. They would like sometimes to, they hate a lot of sinful actions which actually can make that poor child not to get the benefit. Therefore, what I'm trying to summarize to say is, when we elect more women, we are not electing them like we are now having mass on them. It is they are capable, they have done great work, and we are telling Kenyans, can they get the examples of the women who has been elected in this country, and they shall see we can make this country more better.
The women that are that should be given actually these particular positions are people who are competent for these positions. Who that's what you're trying to say.
I'm saying women are capable. We are not competing against men. We are just looking for the political positions so that we can play a role to bring a change in this country. And that's why I have given you just a simple action. Can people go to benchmarking in these 23 constituencies in this country and they shall see the difference women have brought to this country. And I have given them an example of Njoro constituency where currently I'm the UDA nominee for the position of the MP.
Now I'm running out of time. No, I'm totally out of time and my director tells me I should be winding up. But before I do that, I'm just 30 seconds each one of you. The bottom line when it comes to what should be the role of women in the 2022 politics, or what is the role of women in the 2022 politics, what role should you be playing, should the women in this country be playing in this election? All right, let me start with you just a few seconds as we wind up.
As I wind up, I would like to say thank you to the people of Kiambu because when I vied for an MCA seat 2017, it is the people of Kiambu that encouraged me that I am well able to vie for Member of Parliament Kiambu. So that is, I would like to say thank you to the people of Kiambu because this shows there is hope to the leadership of women and leadership also of young women. And also as I finalize, I would like to tell the people out there, actually the public in general, come August 8th, let's elect women, let's elect youth. And for the top seat, I will say let's elect my boss, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, because he has proven that he wants to have more women in his leadership. He wants to have more women in his upcoming government by by the recent campaign he's been doing, and also.
But he hasn't said he's going to select a deputy as a woman deputy, so we don't know whether the top positions are actually set for women or not.
You see, we are heading there. I'm an example. You see, I'm from Kenya Kwanza, and you see, I'm a young woman who has been given that chance and that platform to go for leadership position. If he was not supporting young women and youth, I would not have been here. So this is a true testimony that His Excellency William Ruto is a big supporter and a big champion to young women and women leadership and youth leadership.
Now, Dr. Juliet, what role should women be playing in the 2022 politics, or what role are they going to be playing in this 2022 politics from where you sit?
From where I sit, as a woman who is an active participant, I have played a major role in mobilizing women in Kiambu to vie. Right now we have over 60 women across the seats who will be in the ballot. And I am in the team that is lobbying for Martha Karua to be the running mate of Baba. And what I know is if Baba picks Martha Karua, the whole country will elect him as the president of Kenya. So I am the governor, preferred governor.
We are looking at a scenario where we are looking at a scenario where when it comes to matters women, the role that you're going to play, you could actually be deciding whether this somebody becomes president or not. Yes,
whoever picks a woman as a running mate
has a high chance,
like 50% head start in winning the presidential seat, and I'm hoping it will be Raila Amolo Odinga. He is my enigma. I admire him because he has done it so consistently and so well, and this is his opportunity. And I pray that Kenyans will elect Raila Amolo Odinga 70%, that there will be no need for handshake, like what his competitor said. And Martha Karua will be the running mate, and I will be the governor of Azimio, Kiambu. We are right now in a second nomination because Azimio will not present more than one governor in Kiambu. So I'm competing with the incumbent, and we are going for nominations, second nominations, because I've already been nominated by my party. And I know that I will be in the ballot, and the incumbent will not be in the ballot.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm really hoping that we get to see that when it comes to just what role the movement right now is going to be making in these elections. Now, I will finish with you here as we wind up. What role is that the women in this country will be playing in these elections? Are they going to be deciding who is going to become president? Or are we going to take a sit back and say, okay, we shouldn't try this time round, let's try next time? And when is next time going to come?
Thank you very much. Women are great people in this world, in this country. Women have done a lot of great leadership roles in this country. Women have changed lives of people through different women who have gotten leadership in this country. First, let me thank God for this opportunity you granted us. And the second thing, let me thank Njoro people for electing me 2017. And also let me thank God for giving me a good opportunity that I have done a lot of work in Njoro constituency. And I still am humbled to Njoro constituency, having 5 men against me during UDA nominations, and I became a winner. I thank God for that. Therefore, I want to say this. William Ruto is a God-fearing man. He is a trustworthy man. I trust if William Ruto is going to be the next president of this country, the issues of gender matters, which I know right now in the manifesto of the UDA constitution, there is a plan, there is percentage for the women who are going to be the CSs, the PSs, the CASs in this country. I know there is a great plan, and I know UDA is going to bring a change. The challenge women have undergone, it is going to end. And lastly, let me say this. I want to thank also the Kenyans for pushing their respective followers in their respective parties to make the right decisions. Today, I can also salute the Machakos people for at least sitting with their boss Mutua and Mutua making the right decision to join the winning team, the Kenya Kwanza. Therefore, my summary is to say this, for the other parties who are coming, welcome this country from 9th August 2022, the next President William Ruto, with all Kenyans have joined us, and with us women being elected, we are going to make this country more better.
All right, but I wanted you to touch on what exactly, as women,
the biggest role women are
where
doing
are we
right
going
now.
to drive the conversation as women?
Women, for now, we are just encouraging everyone, being a youth, being a woman, being a man. Kindly, let us, all of us, vote on the 9th, and let us vote for the right leadership. That's where I was concluding. When it comes to the position of the president, I am begging all the Kenyans, this William Ruto, who has supported Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, let's now at least do the right thing, and also in the fear of God, we support him to save this country and to change this country.
All right, now thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Charity Kathambi, who is a member of parliament for the Njoro constituency, and Dr. Juliet Kimemia, who is a gubernatorial candidate for the Kiambu county, and also Honorable Munialo Reenah Khatsika. I got that right?
Khatsika, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Member MP candidate for the Kiambu constituency. Thank you so much, ladies, for making time for this discussion here on the Bottom Line KE, and just looking at what should be the role of women in the 2022 politics as we head to the August 9th. Because right now, as we speak, there's movements left, right, and center championing for women to be involved in the big roles, not just being for the women representative or any other seat. It's just we want the deputy president, we want a running mate for a woman running mate, and different factions for different sides just wanting women to be included in that. And so we were looking into that discussion, and I want to appreciate your time for that. All right, now that has been the Bottom Line KE. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I want to big a shout out to somebody who has been tuning in, is Kip Gitonga. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Wesley, thank you so much for tuning in for that. I'd like to take your feedback, but I'm out of time. And yeah, that's where we end it tonight. All right, that has been the Bottom Line. My name is Brian Oketch Amwai. Let's do this again next time. Have yourselves a lovely night.